Hey y'all, I'm Jenny Savon and welcome back to Jen on Books. I am so excited because today I am doing my very first book review, and yeah, let's get into it. So before I jump into this review, I kind of want to share with you all how I want to do my reviews. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to share with you the book that I'm going to review. I'm going to share with you things that I liked about the book and things that I did not like about the book. Then I'm also going to read to you my actual review that I wrote on Goodreads. Okay. So that is the format that I'm going to try to follow throughout all of the book reviews that I do. So I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know if you do. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. You already know by the title of this video that I am reviewing Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. And yes, I did read it on my Kindle. This was one of the many books that I got from the All Black Book Affair, which is basically the Stuff Your Kindle Day but making it black. I'm gonna do a whole other video about all the books that I got from the All Black Book Affair. I believe that was December 17th through the 22nd. I ate it up. It was so good to my soul. I was so excited. There were so many books on there that I had heard a lot of great things about, and this was one of them. And if you watched, I think it was all the books I read in 2023, I kind of alluded to how I was feeling about this book, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the entire review because I got some things to say. So Only for the Week follows the story of a young lady named Janelle who is attending the wedding of her sister. The gag is her sister is marrying her ex-boyfriend. What? Just straight from that right there, I was not feeling the book. Okay, I'm gonna let you know from jump. That right there, it already made me feel some type of way because I was like, no ma'am, absolutely not. It definitely triggered me. I was not having it. Throughout the story of this book, like I said, Janelle is attending the wedding of her sister, and the wedding is taking place, I believe, in Tulum. So it's a destination wedding. And let me just say this, the way that the author wrote about the destination and all the different little excursions and things that they did, I was on vacation too, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. So yeah, her sister, I think her name, you pronounce her name Amiri, that's how I was pronouncing it in my head, is trash. Her sister is trash. She is treating her like just so nasty and so rude, in the words of Nene Leakes. And for the life of me, I'm trying to figure out, girl, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you date your sister's ex and then you get engaged to him, and then you got the nerve, the unmitigated gall to shade your sister? I was so upset. I was so angry about that through, like, I would say like 80% of this book. She was treating her so bad. So not only is Janelle attending the wedding, but she is the maid of honor. And so as the maid of honor, you know that there are duties and different things that you have to do to help out the bride. And her sister is just being a straight bridezilla. Okay, she is being a bride demon, and she worked my entire last nerve. Also on this trip are their mutual friends, you know, all the groomsmen and all that stuff. And the best man has a thing for Janelle. Okay, so he has this thing for her and he is feeling her. Homeboy is shooting his shot. And so they come to this agreement that only for the week. So first of all, they are in Tulum for 2 weeks. The first week is they're supposed to be, they're chill, they're downtime, relaxing before the wedding festivities. And then the second week is supposed to be, you know, the wedding and all that stuff. Now, Rome has a thing for Janelle, and they come to this agreement of having a fling only for the week, thus the name of the book. And I don't have book boyfriends. I have a husband in real life, so I'm cool. But I know why y'all love Rome. Rome is the man. This man is just lavishing her with love and honor and respect, and just he is her peace in the middle of her sister's storm. And Rome was written just, he's almost like too good to be true, because he was written so good. He was defending her. He was considerate. He was paying attention. He was very, very, very attentive, which I loved. I love that. This book definitely had me kicking and, oh my goodness, yes, like every 10 minutes. And it was just such such a good time. Spoilers will be had also. That's another thing I meant to mention in the beginning. Spoilers will be had. Now, obviously, the love of it all was what I thoroughly loved and I thoroughly enjoyed. But something else that I also really loved was that by the end of this book, Janelle reclaims her own self-respect, right? She's trying to be the bigger person in the situation, and she's trying to not ruin her sister's wedding festivities, but her sister is a straight jerk. She is a jerk, and Janelle, for the life of her, cannot figure out why. And by the end of the book, also somebody else is a jerk is their mother, because the mother is really like treating Janelle like she is a glass doll, and she's just like, oh, I know this is hard for you, and she's like, girl, this is not hard for me. I've been done with him. I didn't care. It is what it is. But her mother keeps trying to make her feel like she's jealous of her sister. The mom was trash too, and I hate to say that, but the mother was trash. And by the end of the book, she has a sit down, she has a hard conversation with her mother. And she also has a hard conversation with her sister, which I was just like, yes, because they needed to be told off. And the way that she did it was so classy. I probably would have went off the deep end a little bit, but the way that she did it was just so classy. She spoke her truth. She spoke what was on her mind. And she set boundaries and did not budge on them. And I was here for that. I also... At first, I'm not gonna front, I was a little bit annoyed that she told her sister she wasn't going to the wedding and then she ended up going. But I understood why she did that, and I do respect that, and I feel her on that. She initially told her sister, I'm not coming to your wedding, because also, spoiler alert, if you did not read the book, please leave now, because I'm about to say something that you're gonna be mad about that I told you. But anyway, her ex-boyfriend, which is her soon-to-be brother-in-law, attempted to like kiss her. And so she shared that with her sister, because she's like, girl, it's already been tense. I don't want no foolishness, and I don't want you thinking nothing, so I'm going to tell you. Her sister just, whoo, the way I would have swung on her. But anyways, so after that, she basically was like, I'm not coming to your wedding. I'm not coming, you know, because she didn't want to believe her sister. She's like, listen, I'm not coming. I don't want to be a part of the foolishness. She ended up going because she said at some point she does want to have a relationship with her sister. She doesn't know how that's going to work out or when, but she did not want to look back and say, Dad, I regret not going to my sister's wedding. So, and obviously Rome and Janelle end up like just throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know what, we don't care anymore if anybody finds out that we are together. I will say that I could not stand the fact that they were being so, and I probably sound like a jerk for this, but they were being so nice and being so kind about trying to preserve the feelings of the ex-boyfriend and the sister. Because it's like, wait a minute, if anybody violated, y'all did. So they were being really like kind and like tiptoeing and secretive really about their relationship, because they didn't want to give the appearance that they were trying to destroy this wedding. But I'm like, the whole thing is off, so why care? But that's just me. So those are some of the things that I loved and hated about the book. Overall, I thought this book was so good because it just rounded itself out real good. I felt like all the conflicts, they were not resolved, but they were addressed. And that's what I needed. I needed that. I needed it to be addressed. Because continuing to let your sister act a fool and your mama and not say nothing, that was driving me nuts. That was driving me nuts. This story was really special to me. This is actually the very last book that I ended 2023 with. This story really was so good to me, and it hit home, and it was special to me because I know what it's like to have difficult relationships with family members. And I read a quote recently that says, when we avoid hard conversations, we're not keeping the peace, we're keeping the tension. And I had to give an amen to that because that is so real. And I have lived that. And so now I'm in a place of like working through that. Just like how Janelle, you cannot not confront, I should say, things that just need to be spoken about. You have to have hard conversations. You have to have hard conversations in this life. And yes, we can do hard things. But when we don't have hard conversations, we are not preserving the peace. We are preserving the tension, because it is a giant elephant in the room. And I don't care what you say or what you do, that elephant ain't moving until you have the conversation. So that was so good to my soul. And I think Natasha Bishop did a really, really, really incredible job at expressing that through the writing without actually saying that. The other thing that I really, really loved was how she reclaimed herself, right? She was overextending herself to everybody, really, you know, overextending herself to a terrible sister who violated boundaries of relationships, right? Like, who dates your sister's ex, let alone marry the man, and then ask your sister to be a maid of honor? Bye, girl. I really loved that Janelle finally was just like, you know what? Enough is enough. And I loved the way that Rome supported her in doing that. He did not overstep, but he definitely shined a light on the fact that you are overextending yourself. And I just felt like the author was writing that for me. Okay, Janice, you are overextending yourself, and it is about time that you reclaim your pieces, reclaim yourself. I loved it. It was so good. This book turned out to be a 5-star read for me. I was not anticipating that, because I was ready to throw hands at the beginning of this book when I heard that not you being the maid of honor to your sister and your ex-boyfriend. No, I was very nervous about how this was going to round out because, ma'am, I was not feeling that at all, okay? All in all, I thought this was an incredible book. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and read to you my Goodreads rating of this book. Like I said, this was a 5-star for me, so I'm going to go ahead and read my Goodreads rating. It says, I'm not going to lie, when I first started this book, I was not feeling the fact that the main character, Janelle, was cool with her sister marrying her ex, or the fact that she was willfully allowing her sister to treat her like dirt. The story did, however, round out, and I was very happy with the ending. I could totally relate to having hard relationships and conversations with family. I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that she reclaimed her self-respect. I felt that in my soul. The love story in this book was so good. Oh my gosh. And let me just interrupt. And at the end, the way that he proposed to Janelle, oh, so cute. So cute. Okay, not the video game. Listen, it was so good. Rome is perfection. Okay, he is a man that gets it, and I so enjoyed reading how he loved Janelle down. Such a great story. So these are my thoughts on Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop. I have this book, like I showed you all before, on my Kindle, but I feel like this is another one that I just needed in my catalog. So I am going to buy the physical copy of this book. If you have read Only for the Weak by Natasha Bishop, let me know in the comments what you thought about it, what you thought about my thoughts, and let's just talk about it in the comments below, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, make sure you like, make sure you comment if you have not already, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Love y'all.